Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Luffy Murdoch here, and here today to bring, in my opinion, the, some of the bad things about One Piece. There's some bad things about One Piece. I love this series, by the way. I've been reading it slash watching it for the past like 3 years. I recently caught up with it finally about 6 months ago. That's why I'll give my overall opinions and stuff on it. I'll go make this video of saying what I think is really good about the series. Obviously, there's a lot. Obviously, with a series that has like 929 chapters and like 868 episodes of the anime, of course, it's gonna have some bad bits in it and some bad like themes in it. It's not like most of the stuff. Like I think only one thing I have to say about, or two things really, I'll say about the manga, but the rest of it is just anime. So it's just my opinions. But I absolutely love the series to bits. But yeah, let's get started. So um, hmm, uh, what the first one we'll say is well, number one, the fight scenes aren't bad in the slightest, but you can't remember them. I have to give a critic to like a critique, sorry, to the fight scenes in One Piece. It's not bad in the slightest. Like I said, it's just that you can't really remember. Like if I try to remember them, it's very hard. Like it's very like it's nothing really rapid or anything. Like unfortunately, the backfire of all the I think a lot of like animes like and like mangas that have these problem with fight scenes, but like it's not very fluent, it's not very combo-y or anything like that. Luffy just does one attack. Like it's not me mocking it. It's just that it's like a bit of a bad point in the series. But for me, One Piece is about the story and like all of the mystery and that sort of thing, the world building kind of. But it has also been one of my critiques in a bit. But yeah, other than Luffy vs Katakuri, the latest fight, which is absolutely brilliant. Reading the manga, like Doflamingo was alright as well, but it's not One Piece won't be remembered for its fight scenes, I don't think, or fight scenes in the manga or anything. It's not a mock against One Piece itself or Ichioda. Like the power systems and stuff are really, it's more fun like to think of like how they use power and stuff, or they devil fruit powers or the haki, all that sort of thing. But I honestly think that it's not like I said, it's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just it's probably a nitpick. But yeah, let's go on to another reason. Yeah, the early parts of the anime, like the animation quality, and this is like I just like throughout the whole entire like anime is not very good. It's like on average, the anime is like a like 6 point. I don't know. Out of the top of my head, a 6.5 overall out of my head. Um, like if you ever go rate every episode, that's what to from the one to the latest episode. I think it'd be like a 6.5 due to the quality. The animation, I just didn't really like it. In the manga in the early days, it worked out for Ichiroda. It looked like it suited the story, but like it doesn't. Like, I don't think it translated as well into animation. Like it's not unbearable. It's bearable, obviously, but it's just I don't know. It's not for me really. It feels really scratchy. So the word is scratchy, sort of thing. But yeah, I do prefer like a lot of people don't, but I actually do prefer like the newer version, like the newer animation style of One Piece. I don't like it's a lot more like serious, and then the previous one was a lot were very goofy, and yeah, you do find loads of things people about the animation that sort of thing. Like I know like they work hard on it and everything, but it is what I see what I see, and I will say what I say and what I think what I feel. You know what I mean, that sort of thing. Yeah, let's get to the next point, which is this doesn't go to all of the scenes, but I particularly don't like running scenes or anything like that. Like, you know, when they're running, like when characters are like running away from something in One Piece, and it takes ages and ages and drags and drags and drags. Like, I can't remember exactly what, but I forgot which arc. I can't remember the arc's name on the top of my head, but like when Nami and Big Mom's daughter Charlotte, I think her name is, are running towards like something to free some. I can't really remember. Honestly, um, like it was just a drag. It was just a drag. I don't like. I'm not sure about. I can't really remember in the manga, honestly, but this bit was just such a drag. And I was like, all those other scenes when they're running away from people and stuff. Like it's just, it seems like it takes forever and ever and ever, and it just drags the story on way too long, and it just becomes like, I don't know. It's not really. It's just one of the things. Like, was one of the things I actually do have to say about One Piece in a minute. Like, yeah, I'll just say it now. Basically, One Piece. Like, I do feel like One Piece especially in the manga as well. Like, don't be wrong. I'm not going to like exempt like Ichiro from any critiques or anything. Spike probably doesn't even care, honestly, but like what I think. But I just feel like he does drag things out way too long sometimes, and just adds like some stories I've never really cared about, like the backstory of the what you call it, um, Sky Pier and that sort of thing. That I was just like, I seriously don't care about this. But oh, why do you watch it, Luffy? Well, I was just some things I just don't like, and some things I just like. Well, I did go through it. I did read the whole thing, just to get to know what's going on in the Sky Pier arc. But I don't know. And one of the other things as well is like there's too many characters, so that means like Ichiro like focuses on some chapters. Like you don't read some characters you don't really care about or anything like that, and it just takes away the oomph of the story a bit. And one of the latest chapters I was reading, I deleted all my reactions and stuff, but like it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to follow, and sometimes you just sidetrack even when you're reading it, and like it's like oh god, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like you just get those characters. It's like story like with like it doesn't go with the story at all or anything, and like I don't know. They don't really make impact. It's just there sort of thing. Like I really sometimes it does feel like Irichioda does like makes One Piece really longer than it needs to be, just for the sake for being it very long. It's not. I don't really complain. It's not really bad. It's not really a bad thing, not a good thing at the same time. It's not one of the things, but it's just like in stories in general, like especially in wrestling or anything. Sometimes you have to you have to go through bad bits to actually get the good bits. Like people won't necessarily put a good bit into a story. So if it was like mediocre or bad, like if they got a boring passage, it eventually gets to a good bit, which yeah, Originator does perform on. But I don't know. Yeah, it does feel like sometimes One Piece can drag sometimes, and it obviously doesn't put me off reading or anything because obviously I read the story to this day. But at the same time, I read. Yeah, you get what I mean. um, and the next bit is the anime drags the out way too much. This is it's not even Uchiro's fault. This bit, but the anime does drag the story out way too much. It does become really like the alleyway scenes or like the running like scenes and that sort of thing, and like dragging out fights. Like it could have been a lot more I do wish One Piece was seasonal. It doesn't matter about it like being like I don't know. It doesn't matter really that it's like ongoing. It could have been seasonal, but they're not going to change that at this point. Make the animation a lot better. Like Toei can make it just made it a lot better and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, enough of that dragging sort of stuff and dragging this video, ironically. never gets any anime never gets any new OSTs or sound effects. Um, for a series that goes on for 800 episodes, you'd think there'd be a lot more different soundtracks, but they use the same soundtracks. It gets ingrained into your mind, like all the soundtracks and stuff. Like you think they'll put some more new stuff. I don't know why they don't do it. I obviously can give you an answer on top of it. There's probably a reason. Tori probably announced it for some reason, but it's not there's barely any new OSTs or anything like, and the sound effects as well. But I do understand like the sound effects because Dragon Ball. But I think what the Japan does, they use sound effects to let people know that you're watching a Toei animation sort of thing. Like in Madhouse, they've produced Hunter x Hunter, sorry, and One Punch Man, and you use the same punching noise. That's like I think that's just supposed to be a symbol. Like yes, you're watching a Madhouse production by letting you know what sounds you're hearing, sort of thing. I like what sound effects you're hearing. I don't know. That's what I've got out of it anyway. Um, so yeah, that's what I've got out of it. But it like it gets ingrained into your mind, and especially with the story, the one like I said drags out, and to like just like bad animation, like it doesn't help. It doesn't. It just keeps playing the same old music all the freaking time. Like it's just like what the hell, man? You just can't be asked after a while. Like that's why I haven't watched all the anime. The way I've watched and read it, by the way, is going back into the anime. So I'll read a bit of the manga, go and check what episode the manga is on, that the next chapter is on for the anime episodes, if you know what I mean. So like I'll be reading I don't know, 567 of the chapter of the manga, but then the anime will be like 432, and I'll read 432, and then yeah, that's how I absorbed it anyway. Anyway, next bit is not much focus on Leafy. Like I said, there's too many characters, and it drags away from the story. Like it's maybe down to me being quite a Luffy fanboy. Like I'm a bit of a main character nerd sort of guy. So honestly, my favourite character of Dragon Ball is Goku, and the only really series I could really think of that my favourite character is not the main character is Hunter x Hunter. Um, my favourite character from there is Crowley. So yeah, but like I just like it's Luffy's journey. Like it should be more about him. Like he just like dives into other characters and stuff. Like I just feel like it doesn't need to be as like as based on any other characters as has been in the past. But like but I just wish it was more a story based around Luffy and like the Will of D and that sort of thing. Obviously, because the Will of D hasn't been announced, and we haven't got a clue what it is yet. But it's just one of the things like I wish it was just more based around Luffy. But it doesn't. But like it's not really the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? But I just wish it was more about Luffy because he's my favorite character of the series, the main character. Yeah. Um. Sorry, I've got a list and there's different parts of the list. And the next bit is doesn't really need to go in. I don't really need to say anything much more. The four kids dub of One Piece from East Blue onwards. Yeah, not very good. It is how I got first started watching the anime, but after a while it did die. I just like stopped watching it. I thought it got boring after a while, especially if you're watching like a story like One Piece, where it's like a continue on story, like from you know what I mean? Like watching random episodes of One Piece is not fun at all. It does get boring, especially with a crappy dub like for kids. Yeah, it's not very good. It's not very fun. It was at the beginning because I was very young. I think I was like under my tens, like I was like 9 or something when I started watching it. I remember it was on Jetix, I think. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. And the last one is it's not really something that's anybody's fault. Like, it's not Oda's fault or anything. It's not Toei's fault. Um, but it's hard to recommend just because of the sheer amounts of like chapters and episodes there are in One Piece. Like, it's just hard to recommend to anyone. Like, to share. Like, if you can try and get, like, for me, for example, there's still like loads of chapters and stuff. It's like a massive ask. Like, Oda at this point is asking a lot for new fans to come in and read One Piece. Um, like, I've done the calculations. It'll take 10 days of your whole life to watch the anime. Like, or it's probably 11 or 12 or 13 by now. That's the last time I checked, anyway. And yeah, it probably won't take you as long to read the manga. Read the manga in paper, by the way. It's way more better. But it'll take you like just forever to like catch up on. But yeah, that'll be it to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please remember, guys, this is just my opinion. Give me your if you disagree or anything, just let me know pleasantly, and that sort of thing. Just like, it's only opinions at the end of the day. Everyone's got yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, I will be making a positive list of One Piece. See you next time.